Yo, what's good? It's your boy Kurt, and today, man, kasama ko ang aking asawa, no? RC Gold. Ba't ka ba tumatawa lagi? Nag-i-introduce
Kasi
kita?
naghihikab ako.
Okay. So ngayon, no? Kasi, di ba, pinapanood ko sa asawa ko yung simula at wakas, di ba, na EP. And, medyo ano eh, no? Nagiging, ano eh, mas, na ano siya sa side ng mga sisiw, no? Mas naano siya doon. Pero, syempre, bago niya mapanood itong mga bagay na to. Like, of course, kailangan natin yung panood sa asawa ko yung saan sila nagsimula, di ba? Yung story nila. Pinanood na natin to last month, no? But this is SB19 Story Episode 1, Soundbreak, no?
4 months ago.
4 months ago.
Last, diba? Sabi mo eh.
Oh, March?
ID for
March, April, May, June, July. Oh, 4 months ago. Ang galing. Bien. Galing ka, no?
Ang galing ko ako nagbilang.
Yeah, no. So, yun. Episode 1, Soundbreak by Casual Chuck. No, ito yung pinaka-recommend kong video kung gusto mo ng, ng parang documentary, parang summary nung pinagmulan nila. Yeah, handa ka na ba?
Go, push.
But without no further ado, man. Let's get it.
Ano yan? Literal na first na nagsimula sila?
Parang ano. Kasi ikaw magpo-post ikaw lang magpo-post kung may sasabihin ka. Kasi napanood na namin yun
Okay, sige.
Game.
Shot. I don't earn money. If you want to support me, become a member or donate.
Crazy.
Disclaimer, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much accurate information as possible. So enjoy!
Alam ko para sa niya, disclaimer na yan. Para yung sa mga machuchuchuchuchu na mga nagko-comment.
Ay, oo. Ay, sabi ko sa'yo. Hindi natin ano yun, pero maraming nag kay Casual Talk dati na mga basher.
Ibig sabihin, mahina sila sa reading comprehension. Lalo may disclaimer na nga na para kay Casual, yun na yung best niya para mag-gather ng information sa gusto niyang i-ano. Kung nakulangan, di pasensya, next time i-ano.
Kasi lahat ng information dito parang available na sa internet. So, ang ginagawa niya is, kinompile niya para sa'yo. Hindi mo na i-search isa-isa, di ba? Andiyan na yung information para sa'yo.
2016 sila nag-start?
Training. Pero hindi sila yan, Hindi sila yan.
Saan yan?
Sorry.
This is called Triple, a group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of. They were formed back in 1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented. In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history.
Soundbreak.
Do you remember this song?
Papayat pa nila yun,
Sino to?
Ibang mga trainee.
Nakasama sa
Version. Sa Korea sila.
It all started with this man, Jong Song-han. When he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur, Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans definitely thought that Song-han's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started
Cult Triple, naging Cult 2 na lang.
Kasi
nga umalis siya.
racking up different awards in the entertainment industry. If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too. But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called Show BT Entertainment. Yep, I'm talking about Tatang Robin. Tatang noticed how passionate Filipino fans were during the rise of K-pop, so he wanted to organize K-pop concerts and events that promote Korean and Filipino culture. To make that happen, he needed entertainers, a group of young people that would be part of the
Si
package
Josh.
of their service as an event
Assistant.
organizer. We are talking about people who can do dancing, singing, and even act as servants like waiting tables and assisting guests. So we held an audition and hundreds of young talents applied. 30 of them passed as trainees. They were then called Nara, which in Korean means country and is the national tree of the
May
Philippines.
collaboration pa rin yung
They
mga.
went to multiple events together, including the fan meeting event of the K-pop group called Off-Road.
I can find, make it back to happy. Cause you're my lady, but can I drive me
After numerous events, Tatang Robin saw something special when it comes to
Pablo.
Filipino talent. He realized that some of his trainees were far too talented to just end up as small-time performers. So he decided to launch the first P-pop boy group that underwent strict Korean-type training. Out of the 30 trainees, only few have made it. Jan Paulo Nase. He always wanted to be a performer. As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also
Yeah,
a member
siya lang
of the
rapper.
K-pop
Isa
dance
lang siya
cover
solo.
group called PHP. As a trainee,
Ayun, grupo ko yan eh, PHP eh.
Aray ko.
Nabanggit ko yun sa ano eh, nung panood ko to, na yun nga, may grupo din kami, may label kami, PHP. Ang pangalan din, no? Teka, grupo ko yan si Paolo eh. Paolo na. First name basis na kami. Sorry, ko pala magpo-post. Game na. Sorry na.
a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. As a trainee, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst to provide for his family. He was the first one selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities. He is known to
Siya ang unang napili dun sa training, sa pinag-auditionan?
Sa parang ano la, parang i-debut nila na parang grupo.
have critically acclaimed songwriting ability, a badass rapper, and was often dubbed as a genius, but he consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker. This made him the destined leader of the group. He debuted with the name Sejun, but later changed his name to Pablo. Now that a methodical leader is chosen, they needed more members. Tatang Robin just got a genius composer in Pablo, so they needed someone who can dance, and this next guy is exactly that, and even more.
Choreographer.
Sylvester Ahero. He was only 16 when he started competing as a dancer while studying. He was a born winner despite growing up as a bullied kid. He made performing his escape from the harsh reality of the world. He did a great job channeling the negative aspect of his life and converting it by winning multiple K-pop dance cover competitions with his group Sayon. He is also a hard worker. He was teaching dance to kids while competing. There was a point when he worked too hard that it threatened his life due to poor health. He is a very skilled choreographer. In fact, he's the main culprit behind most of SB19's snappy and amazingly synchronized dance routines. But little did they know that dancing wasn't even his only talent. He easily became the main heavenly voice of the group because his vocals were just
on your side.
Narito, okay na siya dyan.
out of this world. He debuted as
Ulit.
Stel, the main vocalist, the lead dancer, and choreographer of the group.
Si Pablo leader. Tapos si Stel, choreo, tapos siya pa ang main vocal.
Lead vocal. Pero alam ko si Josh tsaka si Pablo ang parang lead rapper eh.
Ano pangalan ng Tatang Ruben?
Tatang Robin ang ano.
Yun yung tumiwalag dun sa
Sa may Cold Trio.
Triple kasi.
Cold Trio. Cold to kasi na ano, Cold to.
Josh Cullen Santos became homeless at the age of 16 and it was his decision. He's had the worst childhood among the other members. From growing
Mukha
up
siyang the grudge dun.
Ay si Tashio.
in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny. At an early age, he witnessed what it feels like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. He experienced getting evicted from apartments to smaller rooms. It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would get into fistfights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he took matters into his own hands by leaving. He became independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant. Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system and was able to finish his high school degree.
Hindi siya
Clearly had no
Girls siya.
background in performing. Not until he met new friends from the dance community, which led to him meeting Stel and Saya.
Grupo na sila dati
They
ba?
became co-members and went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over Asia.
Tapos ewan kung mababanggit ni dito, ni Casual Chuck dito. Pero bago pa maging part si Josh ng Seon, nandun na si Stel. Tapos parang idol niya si Stel dati. Mag-perform. Tapos naging part siya. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero dinibate ko lang sa naalala ko.
They even met BTS during one of their winning runs in Korea. In a way, Josh was saved by Stel after trying so hard to save himself. And it paid off because after training, Josh ended up debuting as the lead rapper and dancer of the group.
Meowski, bakit? Kasi nagmamiyaw?
Manganganak yata siya.
Ha? Ano kailangan mo? Manganganak ka na?
Justin DeJoss didn't have to audition. Apparently, he was a very good-looking
Ano
guy
daw?
that when he joined the training, Josh ended up debuting as the lead rapper and dancer of the group. Justin DeJoss didn't have to audition. Apparently, he was a very good-looking guy that when he joined a talent workshop as a teenager, Show BT immediately took notice and offered him to become a trainee to improve his singing and dancing
Dala sa
skills.
pogi.
He was one of the late joiners, and when he did, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
You look familiar.
Apparently, the two had
So
a stint
magkaalala.
performing together in a K-pop dance cover group called Zero to Hero.
Naging magkagrupo rin sila dati. Grabe ang lit ng mundo nila no?
So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised
Ayun,
Pinoy boy band superstar
Sa
show,
ABS.
but he didn't even make it to the live auditions. Perhaps it was fate. He didn't have great singing skills at the time. It was only when he became a trainee that he improved astoundingly in the vocal department. He went on to finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which earned him a skill in filmmaking. He then got selected to debut as the main visual, the sub-vocalist, and the creative director of the group. He was the would-be director behind the record-breaking P-pop music video, What, and More. But that's a story for another video.
Dati
At
siya.
this point, Show BT seemed to have completed the group.
Apat na sila,
Four
di ba?
members in a P-pop group, a nice even number. 2 rappers and 2
Naka-brace pala
vocalists.
dati si Patrick.
They were perfectly balanced, but they felt like something was missing. Perhaps someone was missing. Someone who could take this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level.
Aha.
Parang namamaga yung mukha ni, ni Pablo.
Mataba ka siya dati, chubby siya dati.
Parang siyang namamaga.
The extraordinary level. Someone so naturally gifted that he could stand out in the presence of the already talented group of young artists. This venture that Tatang Robin took needed an apex, so he started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy. Philip John Suson is such a specimen. He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him. He grew up in a church under the care of his grandparents. He was an artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him to play musical instruments. He taught himself by just listening to the music, so he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist.
Baliktad.
He later fixed it as he learned more. He didn't even know that he could dance until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school entrance. After discovering dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly. Because of his raw talent, he ended up teaching dance to the entire school and continued on to form a K-pop dance cover group called Amigo 7. Apparently, his group gave Josh's group so much trouble during their early
Kalaban sila dati.
competitions because they were very good rivals. So he decided to recruit him. But Philip was hundreds of islands away and didn't have the money. What did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to lose, Philip went and left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with the
Taga
boys
ano?
and officially dated.
Ano sa aking lugar eh. Basta sa Mindanao siya nadulat. Tapos ang nakatawa pa dito, sinabi ni Josh sa kanya na kailangan nila isang member, di ba? Na, sure na to, ganyan, kakapera tayo dito, ganyan. Pero totoo niya, hindi pa talaga sure. Nag-debut sila. Tapos si Ken naman, sumama siya, yung perang binigay sa kanya na 1.5 plane ticket, tapos yung parang extra niya na pera, ilang pera niya. Pumunta siya ng na walang parang kasiguraduhan.
And left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with the boys and officially debuted with them as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead rapper of the group. One thing to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful group in Korea. Justin failed his first audition, so he didn't even bother to audition again because he thought he wasn't ready. And Josh wouldn't have attempted to recruit Ken if Show BT's training program didn't even exist. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect. When a small and seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event, or as Google would put it, a phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have a large effect elsewhere. Tatang Robin's so-called mistake back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines area code digits 82 and 63. So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19. SB doesn't only mean Show BT. It is all about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this praise. Soundbreak.
So, ibig sabihin na SB Soundbreak.
Soundbreak.
So, yung pala ibig sabihin ng ano nila, no? Dahil yung nagtayo na yung tumiwalag dun sa Cold Triple,
Tatang Robin.
tapos siya yung nagtayo, tapos taga Korea siya, tapos yung nabuo niyang grupo ay puro Pinoy. Kaya parang respeto yung yung tawag dito, country code. Na ito yung Korean tsaka Philippine. No? Parang ang nung Tatang Robin Padilla.
Ay, Padilla.
Na somehow hindi porket Koreano siya, tapos nagpaganto siya. Maganda kasi parang sa akin na parang respeto yun kasi hindi lang siya yung nagdadala, hindi lang nasa kanya lahat ng credit. Ayun.
Enjoy mo ba yung episode mo?
Doon pala sila nagsimula. Hindi pala talaga sila literal na, magkakilala si Josh tsaka si Ken. Pero yung sa hindi pala talaga sila magkakaano.
Ano nga di ba, unlike sa ibang mga naunang mga parang mga grupo na galing sa mga model, di ba? Or galing sa artistang pamilya, sa bubuan ng ganito, di ba? Mga binubuon lang grupo sa ASAP, yung mga ganon, or sa ABS. Sila, talaga sila?
Yung kay Justin, yung ikot nung sa kanya, parang magaan lang.
Sa kanila lahat kasi, parang, syempre may kanya-kanyang problema or struggle, di ba? para sa'yo, struggle na yun. Siyempre, hindi natin pwede sabihin na porket mas magaan yung struggle mo, hindi na struggle, di ba? Pero kung ikukumpara natin sa iba, parang sa kanya yung may pinakamagaan
Kanino?
kay Justin sa pagpasok, sa ganyan.
Oo nga, sa pagpasok doon dito sa ano na yan,
Sa pagiging trainee ng Show BT.
sa pagiging ano na yan, yung grupo ng papipap, magaan. Pero yung pinagdaanan niya noon, di ba, parang, ewan ko kung tama yung pagkaintindi ko, parang after nung sa Pinoy Band, parang ayaw na niya muna yata
discouraged
mag-audition.
siya.
Dahil sa, ang naging dating is parang hindi pa siya ready, lalo na sa singing part, di ba? Tas nung umikot na yung table sa kanya, papunta dito, sa ni Tatang, naging parang siya, kung minala siya noon, swerte siya dito. Parang ganon. Tas naging magaan pa yung swerte na napunta sa kanya.
Kasi mahirap labanan yun, minsan pag na-discourage ka, di ba? Kaya na-trauma ka na sa, di ako nanalo to ganito. Parang ayoko na, natalo din ako dyan eh. Di ba? Ang hirap labanan nun eh. Pero buti ginawa niya.
So far, na-enjoy ko naman yung kwento ng SB19. Tsaka nasagot na rin yung tanong ko kung saan ba galing yung SB19. Ako, nagtatanong din talaga ako noon. Tinatanong ko siya, saan ba, yung SB19? Di ba, tinatanong kita. Saan ba galing yung ganito, ganyan. At saka nakakatuwa kasi, ewan ko kung Ken talaga yung, pero fan ako ni Ken. Pero hindi ko masasabing katulad niyo ako na avid, solid, die-hard fan talaga ni Ken.
Yeah, but isa ka lang.
Hindi pa naman ako ganun. Pero fan ako ni Ken. Pero natutuwa ako na dito sa episode 1, parang napaka-surprising nung dating na si Ken pa yung pinakahuling
para mabuo
bumuo
sila.
yung group. Nabuo yung grupo. Dahil pa Ken, di ba?
Para makompleto.
Tapos parang sa kanya, yung pagpapakilala, yung
Ang ganda lang pagpapakilala sa kanya eh, no?
kailangan natin ng yung mga gano'n. Yung parang, kailangan, kasi the way dinedescribe ni Casual, si Ken,
Casual.
syempre, basis din siguro sa research ni Ken, kaya gano'n siya
Ni
Casual. Casual.
Shock na lang eh, casual.
Shock. Yun, dito, the way niya dinedescribe si Ken, siguro base rin yun sa research niya. Na baka ganun nga talaga yung eksaktong description sa hinahanap nila, which is si Ken nga. Kailangan natin ng yung parang talagang mapapansin yung grupo dahil sa kanya. Parang ganun yung dating. So, ayun, wala lang. Happy lang.
Happy lang.
Hindi, maganda. Kung mapapansin nyo din, hindi ako masyado nagpo-post kasi parang mas gusto kong makinig ng
Ako pa nagpo-post, sabi ko,
Kaya
ako pa nagpo-post.
Nagpo-post naman ako pag meron akong hindi naiintindihan or meron nga akong itatanong. Pero more on ako, parang gusto ko siyang pakinggan, makinig na.
Bago mo ibigay yung
oo. Pero sinasabay ko naman habang nakikinig ako. Kasi baka makalimutan ko pagka sa huli.
Ako kasi gano'n ako mag-rock eh. Lagi akong nagpo-post kasi
baka makalimutan.
Makalimutan ko na yung gusto kong i-point out pag tapos na. May mga ibang nag-rock na gano'n yung ginagawa nila. Pinapanood nila yung video, tapos sa huli nila binibigay. Ako kasi parang hindi ko kaya yun. Nakakalimutan ko na yung mga gusto kong i-point out talaga.
Tapos mahirap babalikan.
Oo, babalikan.
I-rewind mo pa. So ayun.
But yeah, I mean, that is, again, SB19 Story Episode 1, Sound Break with, of course, my wife. This time, sana na-enjoy nyo yun ulit, no? na panoorin natin. And of course, kasama yung asawa ko, or samahan natin yung asawa ko na panoorin yun. Comment down below. I mean, I don't know, kung gusto nyo pang kasi, I mean, we shoot this video para, for me to introduce sa asawa ko yung SB19, like,
Na-enjoy ko naman siya kasi nag-ano rin ako na paano sila nabuo.
Yun nga.
Tsaka unang-una talaga doon, saan galing yung SB19 na pangalan ng grupo.
Kasi marami nag-iisip kasi na pag di kilala na baka isipin lang yung SB19 is from parang cherry pick sila na kung sino magiging member ito. Galing to sa pamilya to, ito mayaman to, ganyan. Hindi. So, para...
Kasi ganun sa PBB.
Kasi mag-iiba yung perspective mo sa isang grupo pag nalaman mo yung totoo eh. Kasi pag ganun yung sabi mo, mayayaman na siguro yun talaga sa totoong buhay. Oo.
Para may mga backer kaya naging ganyan
yung
sila.
naging backer yan, kaya naging ganyan yung mga yan.
Yeah. Ganyan sa PBB. Nakakatamad baguhin siya sa PBB eh.
But yeah, well, that's our reaction for today. Sana gustuhan nyo yun. Leave a like and subscribe. And
See you on episode 2. Charot.
Comment down below kung sino makita yun. No? Well, bye! Bye!